Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here. This is analytics lesson. We're practicing the three-legged downward facing dog. And in Sanskrit, that is Tripada Adhu Mukha Svanasana. Adhu Mukha Svanasana is downward facing dog. And adding Tripada is three-legged downward facing dog. The benefits of this pose is it is a hip opener. It also increases the range of motion in your hip and stretches the hip. Strengthens and stretches the legs, arms, abs, and back muscles. It improves posture and it benefits circulation and brings blood flow to the heart. So it's going to be an inversion as well as a balance and a hip opener. It's a great pose. Contraindications are injury to the knee, hamstring, shoulder, ankle, or hip. It's in a lot of our body parts for this. High blood pressure is a contraindication, migraines and epilepsy, and arthritis in the hips or the knees. There's a couple modifications, variations for this. If you want to, once that leg is up and you're in the full pose, there's a couple things you can do. You can bend that knee, stack it, and then open up the hip. It feels so good. You can eventually move all the way into Wild Thing. We're not going to do that today. That's a whole nother pose. Check that out on the analytics. And then also you can bring the knee in towards the nose. It's another variation for this pose. And the foundation is you're going to have one foot on the earth and you're going to have both hands on the earth. So that's important. And even though you have all that stability with one foot and both hands, it's still a balance. Alignment principle. There's quite a few alignment principles in this. Our fingers are going to be spread and the weight is going to be evenly distributed through both hands. Our arms are strong with a little micro bend and a tiny little external rotation. Hips are squared. Heart and heels are going to be dropping towards the earth, dropping down, pressing down towards the earth. Shoulders are squared and relaxed away from the ears. An internal rotation of the extended leg. Once it's all the way up, we're going to internally rotate that just a little so that the hips are squared, the kneecap and the toes are facing the mat. And then that extended foot is going to be flexed and we're going to be pushing back through the heel, the extended foot. The intention is balance, inversion, and a hip opener. So let's go through the steps. We're going to start in tabletop. So we're in our tabletop pose. The wrists are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. In a beautiful tabletop pose, we're going to begin by curling those toes underneath. And we're going to straighten the knees and lift the hips up to the sky. And find that nice foundation in your hands, spreading the fingers, evenly distributing the weight, lifting those hips up, and then dropping those heels down towards the earth in your nice downward facing dog. And we're going to start with the left leg. So what we're going to do, take a nice deep breath here first. And on the inhale, we're going to just lift that left leg up. That nice internal rotation. Relaxing those shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Hips are squared, shoulders are squared, and then we're going to flex that back foot and press back towards the heel. And we're going to breathe. Engage those bandhas and breathe.
And let me show you the variation. Knee to nose, you can take that leg and bring it into the nose. Our knee to nose, we can do that a few times. And the other one is to bend that knee so it's stacked. You can relax that foot there and opening up the hip. You can see how we can eventually move into wild thing from here. Those are the variations. Let's do that on the other side coming out. You just bring that leg down. On the other side, I'm going to bring that right leg back up. Internally rotate that leg, square the hips, the shoulders, relax. Shoulders away from the ear, bringing that heel down to the mat, flexing that foot, pressing through the heel. Three-legged dog. And engage the lungs and breathe. And coming out, you just bring that leg down and you're back in the downward facing dog. You can move back into tabletop, back to seated position.
That is the analytics on our downward facing dog, our Tripada Adhu Mukha Svanasana. I am Grace. Thank you so much for being here. Please check out our website, EcstatcYoga.Studio, for our teacher trainings and our yoga retreats, our yoga teacher trainings and yoga retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.